Welcome back to the broadcast. We are being joined by Mr. Øyvind Von Doren, who is going to show us one of the main prizes at the 6th edition of the Norway Chess Tournament. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I'm looking at the watch already, and I think we should start with it right now because it is a beautiful timepiece. If we can, I don't know how close we can bring it to the camera, but this is going to be won by the champion this year at the Altibox Norway Chess Tournament. Tell us more about how did you decide to sponsor the event and why this special edition watch for the winner?
Yes, well, we sponsored the event last year, and then we made 10. We gave all the contestants a Grandmaster Carlsen Norway chess with a black dial, and that was made in 25 pieces.
Only 25 pieces in the world from what they received last year.
Yes, and the rest was sold out immediately. And this year we made one, and it's of course too small to see, but it's a one of a kind. It says Winner Norway Chess 2018, and on the back it says 01 of 01. So it is a one of a kind watch that I'm excited to see who will win, who I will award it to tomorrow. We don't know yet, but it will sure be exciting.
What do you think is the value of a watch that is only one of a kind? There's one single watch in the world. How can we estimate the value of such a timepiece?
Well, that is very hard for me to say since I designed it, but the retail price is 1,800 euro, 1,800 euro. But of course,
for the watches where you have more
that's
than
for
one
these
piece.
watches that I made more of. This is 200. And the other one is made 300 pieces of. So I think if in a few years this could be quite a collector's item, but I of course hope that the winner will keep it as a memory for Norway Chess 2018. Yeah.
I think this is a good moment to remind all of you that you can also win a Von Doren watch if you participate in our Instagram contest. Not the same winner because there's only one piece of this.
One, the blue, midnight blue.
The blue one you can win if you visit the Instagram account of Norway Chess. You should follow Norway Chess and Von Doren on Instagram. Have a look at the contest on our Instagram account and make sure that you follow all the steps in order to win this beautiful watch. I would like to win one, so I think I will send in a picture.
Yeah, please
I'll try my best.
Please do.
You are not only the owner and director of Von Doren, but you are also connected to the chess world for another reason, and that is producing documentaries about Magnus Carlsen. Can you tell us more about the films that you have produced?
Well, I used to be a filmmaker and many films and many TV series, and the first film we made, that was actually Seaman here, who introduced me to Magnus and Henrik. And I read in the newspaper and about this, and heard in the chess milieu in Norway about this incredible kid. And I knew Simon a little bit from before, and I said, "Can you please introduce us?" So we met at the Norwegian Toppidrettsgymnas, the school that Simon runs, and we had a talk, and we followed Magnus making the Prince of Chess. We went to Libya together, to Tripoli, Gaddafi land. It was very special. We have some great memories from there. We followed Magnus to Reykjavik, where he played Kasparov, the first time he met Kasparov.
And that famous footage that you might have seen on YouTube as well is thanks to you.
Yes, it is. And it was an absolute pleasure to follow Magnus. I was, at that time, although I am a hobby player, I was rather sure that here we saw some special talent. So it was really hard work, but very interesting. And since chess is a hobby, also it was a lot of fun.
For how long did you follow Magnus to prepare the footage for the Prince of Chess
I think we followed him for more than two years, and then. Later, in 2012, we started making another film called Magnus, which was a feature documentary. We sold it to 60 countries, and then it was new footage, including with the old footage. And we was absolutely thrilled that the film was selected to be premiered at Robert De Niro's Tribeca Film Festival in New York. So that was a very special moment to walk the red carpet and sit in the the auditorium with Magnus and with Henrik. Magnus couldn't come, and Magnus' sisters. So that was so. Obviously, that is also why the watch is called Grandmaster. So it is very influenced by chess and the strength and will of becoming a Grandmaster. And it is a Swiss made who we think reflects the game of chess.
The precision of chess.
Yes, the precision, the timing, all the rehearsal, all the accuracy that a chess player, a grandmaster, must have. So, of course, as an avid hobby player myself, I always admire the grandmasters, and of course, these 10 players here. Well, now I guess they're not 10 anymore, but they're all extremely skilled. So it's a pleasure to follow them.
So if some of the fans would like to have a similar watch than the players here, can they visit the website and order the Grandmaster watch?
Please go to www.vondoren.com and check it out. And also join the Instagram account, Norway Chess.
If you like to get it for free.
If you like to get one Midnight Blue for free. It's kind of cool. As a sponsor of the event, of course, I am sitting here and trying to make you like the watches.
Oh, I definitely love them. Simon, you should also join the contest. Simon has created an Instagram account a few days ago, so he is now capable of posting a picture. It should be your first post.
Yes, I'm not wearing any watch actually. I could need
Neither
one.
do I need one.
And you're wearing two actually.
Yeah.
One on each hand.
Yeah, I need to show them off.
Yeah.
But I will borrow you one later. You can borrow one of me. Or I will give you a special friend deal.
But that reminds me of Hans Olav Lahlum, the famous Norwegian commentator, because he also used to wear two clocks.
Yes, he wears two watches, but I think he has them on the same arm.
Oh, really? Two watches on the same arm?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
And he was asked in an interview, why do you wear two? And he said, well, in case one of them stops. I wear two to show off my product, because these never stops.
I saw a sketch about that once actually, in a live show with one of the most funny comedians in Norway, and they were making fun of just that. And then they told us just that, but then it turned out he had lots of watch also on his
legs.
As well?
Because in case the two watches stopped. So they had kind of 10 watches on each leg too.
Okay, now I'm shocked. I thought it was a joke.
That was the joke.
That was the joke.
Okay, the parody.
It was a parody, yeah.
But I have to mention this because you played a role here, an important one. Not only by making this film and saving it for... you actually filmed the world champion when he was 13, making fantastic pictures and so on. But you perhaps also made an important role because you invited Kasparov in connection with that film.
Yes.
That wasn't expensive, and that was not cheap. Sorry, it was expensive.
It was an expensive venture, and Kasparov at the time was the world's #1 and had been for many years. I don't remember, 20 years or something.
Yes.
And we wanted to get him to Norway to play and train and meet Magnus. And I talked to his agent, and we managed, but it was, of course, that took a big bite out of our budget. And then they met, of course they met when they played first time in Iceland in 2004.
But this was a chance for Magnus to talk to him.
Yeah, and they sat there and analyzed the games, and then Magnus said afterwards, then he realized how much Garry Kasparov knew about chess. So maybe that was quite important.
A life experience, career-changing moment.
You picked him up with a limo at the airport in Oslo, and you put him
in a suite at Grand Hotel. And because Garry,
most expensive suite at the most expensive hotel in Oslo, and all kinds of that.
Yes, but because Garry, he wants only the best, and of course it was hard for us economically, but it was definitely worth it. It was special.
And then we had him for dinner, actually, back at my mother and my family's house. Yeah. And we took no risk, so we had a guy from the Norwegian cooking national team to make the food.
From Bagatelle restaurant.
Wow.
And Magnus didn't like the food, he was just sitting there. He was only 13.
Yeah.
But we had the best of everything. And Gary Kasparov found the best wine my brother had, because he has a wine cellar, and he found the most expensive wine in his cellar.
I remember that, because
you treated him really how he deserves to be treated.
Because this was at your parents' house in Holmenkollen, and which is a very posh area. And you and Aspen said, your brother, you can go down and pick whatever wine you want in the wine cellar. And Kasparov, as a connoisseur, he came back with the 2 most expensive bottles of wine.
Yes.
Then we laughed, but then it was a perfect wine.
I think actually Espen lied a bit and said that he was going to have just that wine for his wedding.
Well,
but it was interesting. Kasper was there, maybe 15 other persons, and he was talking. He was basically talking all the time.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, we have a good talent here. What about? We need to ask them what to do about him. And then suddenly Kasparov, after a little while later, suddenly turned to Magnus and asked, "Can you name your 3 favorite Aljekken games?"
Yeah.
And
Magnus knew a lot.
And then Magnus didn't say anything first, and then suddenly they started discussing Aljekken games.
Yeah.
And it suddenly Kasparov turned his attention totally to Magnus.
Yeah. And they two were sitting and talking chess. And
Magnus had something to say about his comments in one of his books about this great predecessor of his books. And then a couple of weeks later, actually, Kasper called me, which was just incredible for me, of course, a big hero of my life. Called me personally and said that, he wanted to coach Magnus personally. Yeah. And that might very well be thanks to you, actually, because this thing, I think it was there and then when he asked this Aljekken question, that he kind of realized that here we have the next number 1.
Yeah.
Just half a year earlier, Magnus had drawn Kasparov in Reykjavik, which was quite special too, in a rapid game, and he beat Karpov just the day after, I think.
Yes, he did.
And you all filmed all that, which was also great for history. But I think it was there and then this Aljekken question that
I think then he realized that this kid, as he was at the time, really knows his chess, and he had read a lot, and he have had and still have I guess incredible memory. Yes. So it was
and to me
it was fun
when he called. You
were
starstruck.
Phone struck.
But Kasper just said constantly, "I know we will can become the next number 1." It is absolutely crucial what we will do the next couple of years, because the apple is soon rotten, he said.
Yeah.
It was so crucial what you do when you're 13 and 14 years old. He meant. Then Kasper went over there. Magnus went over there and trained with Kasper and his crew and had dinner with his mother and such things.
And, it was great.
And then he gave Magnus homework. 5 hours. He was supposed to
analyze
hard
homework.
Homework.
Yeah.
He had to analyze 4 games, at least 4 hours each, without computer, and that was it to that cooperation there and then. But they got together again some years later, and then it was serious, of course.
They worked, yeah.
I think we have some new moves. So before we go on a short break, let's just have your opinion on how do you think this last round will be. I know you are a big fan of chess. You tell us if you think there will be playoffs. And how do you see Magnus's chances, of course, as a Norwegian?
Well, I hope there will be playoff, and if so, I think Magnus will have a very big chance indeed. My skill level isn't high enough to say whether or not this will, but it could be drawn games here. So let's hope so.
Let's hope for all draws from your perspective and see a 4-player playoff. That will be tomorrow. If there will be a tie, the playoffs are going to be held tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
For one more time, let's show, if you can please show the prize of the winner of the 6th edition of Altibox Norway Chess is going to receive this special watch. There's one in the world, and the winner is going to wear it tomorrow at the closing ceremony. You can win your Von Doren watch by visiting our Instagram page and following the rules of the contest. Thank you so much. We will go for a short break, and then we are back with the remaining games of the last round.